It's my life, it's your life, it's our life, it's our life, it's our life. You got to make a decision.
This is for the audio. If you're just tuning in, this is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. We do this every 7:30 to 8:30. Myself, the chief Holla-tician, as well as my cast of Holla-tickers that are tuning in from Facebook Live. We go in hard on whatever the floor subjects, what we like to call bills. Coming to the floor tonight. Holla-tickers, prepare your amendments. Get your Twitter fingers, your Instagram fingers, your Facebook fingers, your what's the LinkedIn fingers, Snapchat, all of the whatever you use to communicate on. Veins, sweat, slobber. I want all of your passion going into your amendments tonight. Coming to the floor. Are women voting for Biden/Harris because of women liberation and equalities? AKA, they want to see Kamala Harris as vice president. If not, what made Joe Biden a better candidate than Bernie Sanders or Mike Bloomberg? I repeat. Are women voting for Joe Biden/Kamala Harris because of women liberation and equality? They want to see Harris break that glass ceiling, be the first female president. Although she's not the front runner, she still is vice president, so that will make her the first female vice president. A woman of color, black woman they like to call her. She's not an Adolf, an American descendant of slave, but she is a black woman. And if you're a woman, you say, nah, that ain't the case, Raz. What make you pick Joe Biden over Bernie Sanders and Michael Bloomberg? Holla-tickers, prepare your amendments. I need to hear it from you, especially if you're a female holla-ticker tonight. Let's go. Now, why would you ask this question, Raz? Because again, I consider myself a independent. And I watch the primaries very, very close. In fact, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see I made a tweet, not a tweet, but a post about Michael Bloomberg. And he had, while he was campaigning for the Democratic nomination, he said, hey, I'll put $70 billion on the table for the black community. And I thought that was very interesting. And as we see, he was barking up the right tree. So I'm saying, if we don't like Donald Trump so much, here goes a blue version. Or if you have a issue with Republicans, here go a blue version of Donald Trump. A little bit more cleaner reputation, and Wall Street love him. He's Mr. Wall Street. Now, why does that matter? Because probably 70% of y'all, if not 60% of y'all, work for Wall Street. Y'all work for a company who lives on Wall Street. And if Wall Street, like the president, the company, the nation does well economically. So I felt like Mike Bloomberg was the perfect answer for Donald Trump. But the Democrats pushed him aside. Now, some people say Bernie Sanders is a little too liberal, Raz. But we all voted for Barack Obama, myself included, on change. Bernie Sanders represented change, maybe a little too radical, but of course he had his party to keep him in check. That is the reason why you have three, You have three sections of government, federal government. You had the House, the Senate, and the President. They each check each other. So people say, all right, Bernie was a little too liberal, Raz. Okay, I'll accept that, even though I believe he could have been put in check by the House and the Senate. I still feel he was a better candidate than Joe Biden. Do I dislike Joe Biden? No, I do not dislike Joe Biden. I've said this plenty times and I will say it again. Joe Biden is like the washing machine salesman at Sears. I have a washer and dryer in my garage. Cool person, nice salesman. I just don't need what you're offering me. So I have no ill feelings against Joe Biden. I just don't need what he's offering me. He's been in Congress for 47 years. So I'm saying, what you gonna do different? We can help you get this job promotion that you want. Took you 47 years to get in, and you need our help to get it. What's in it for me? And I just didn't see that in Joe Biden. I still don't. I haven't cast my ballot yet. But, you know, after the backlash on Cuba, I think my mind is made up. But Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight. Are women voting for Biden/Harris because of women liberation and equality? They want to see Kamala Harris as VP. If not, what made Joe Biden a better candidate than Bernie Sanders or Michael Bloomberg? Hollatics, y'all weigh in. Holla-tics Gabe Robinson say, I really believe that they want to see her as vice president because she's the voice of women's rights right now on this campaign trail. I would have loved to see Bernie Sanders as the forerunner for president because his policies were awesome in the things he was addressing in his campaign earlier in the year and last year when he started to run. As Holla-tics Gabe Robinson say, he would have preferred to see Bernie Sanders. Gabe, I agree with you. If Bernie Sanders would have received the Democratic nomination, I probably would be leaning more Democratic. If Michael Bloomberg would have received the Democratic nomination, I know I would have leaned Democratic because I believe Bloomberg was the answer for Trump. But that was not the case. The Democratic Party chose Joe Biden, who in return chose Kamala Harris. So again, on the floor tonight, especially if you are a woman holla-ticker, you are one of my pit bulls with lipsticks on. What makes you pick Biden over Bernie Sanders and Michael Bloomberg if it's not for women libs reasons? Can you weigh in? Now, Holla-tics Dinky weighed in earlier, and I told her I would read her amendment on the floor because we were just having a casual conversation. She was responding to one of my posts, and she said, Raz, I wouldn't mind seeing Kamala Harris as VP, but she said I can't swallow the Biden thing. And you know, I say, you know what, Dinky, I'm gonna put that on the floor tonight because I think that is I thought that was a great amendment. You know, I thought it was well thought out. She was like, cool, you know, Kamala Harris is VP, but the front ticket being Biden, I got a little issue with that, man. And I felt her thoughts would be general. But again, let me ask you this, America, not just my holla-tickers. Is a vote for Joe Biden because we hate Trump or we like Joe Biden? That could be a floor subject all by itself. Is a vote for Joe Biden is because we like Joe Biden and the policies that he has put or he has backed and put on the floors in his 47 years in Congress. Or we hate Donald Trump so much, Lucifer Satan Jr. could be running against him and we'll vote for him. I need to know. Not that I would treat you any different, but I think it'd be interesting to know. Holla-tics y'all weigh in. Holla-tic Reginald Boudreaux say, I didn't see the point of Biden choosing Kamala Harris as a running mate. She has a history of her home state for being against her own kind, and they see her as an opportunist. That's true. I heard Joe Brown. Y'all know Judge Joe Brown. I used to watch Judge Joe Brown show all the time. He reminded me of an old wise man. What you need to do is stop fooling around in them. You know, that was Joe Brown. I used to watch Joe Brown, and Joe Brown put out a YouTube where he was like, man, wrecking Kamala Harris. I listened to a little bit of it because I felt like he was a credible source. I never listen to one side of any story. I always hear both sides. He has some really ugly stuff to say about how she got to the top. If it's true or not, I don't know. I don't even comment on stuff I ain't had a chance to fact check myself. But as Reginald Boudreaux, Uncle Boudreaux, to me, Holla-tic Uncle Boudreaux is saying that she got a bad rap in her state because when she was, when she was state attorney, her incarceration of black men was higher than the nation's incarceration. The state alone was a higher percentage than the nation. And, that's suspect. And Joe Biden, the same thing. He backed a lot of policies that were not conducive to black men in America. And so, they catch a lot of scrutiny for that. Do I believe if they take the office, we will see a repeat of that behavior? Nah, man, I don't believe that. You got all kinds of people that's gonna keep them in check. But it is what it is. Holla-tic Michael Robinson. He said, I believe that Biden chose Harris because she is a woman of color. He really is trying to get the black vote because the Dems know how important the black vote is. That is Holla-tic Michael Robinson. I've said this plenty times, and again, why should we listen to you, Raz? Well, I'm still in debt, student loan wise, over my political science degree. So I studied this junk for probably longer than most people. And I've said this plenty times. There's more Democrats than there are Republicans. By default, reminds me of Crips and Bloods. You have to be inducted into the Crips. By default, everybody are Bloods. If the Crips look out at the world and they see only Crips and everybody else Bloods, so it don't matter if you ever pledged as a Blood, you are a Blood to a Crip. It's the same thing with political parties. Most Republicans are card carrying, up front, in your face. I am a Republican. If that's not you, people automatically assume you are a Democrat. And there are more Democrats than there are Republicans. So if all Democrats went out and voted, Republicans would never win elections. However, on the flip side, Republicans have better voting records than Democrats. They go to the poll. So, according to your opinion, Mike, they trying to wake up not only the black vote, but the Democratic vote all by itself. If that's how Obama won. He woke up some kind of way. He had a formula that woke up the Democratic vote, and he won both of his elections by landslides. So, That is my man Mike saying, I believe that Biden chose Harris because she is a woman of color and he's really trying to get the black vote because the Dems know how important black vote is. Black people are good promoters. Y'all ever noticed that? You've never seen that many Rolls Royces and Bentleys in the street until a rapper started driving them or the sports stars. You know, they've been around, but a black man gonna put it on his t-shirt, on his underwear, on his cap, Rolls Royce. He gonna put it Rolls Royce on his grill or whatever. Black people are great promoters, so it do candidates well to get the black vote. Holla-tics Reginald Boudreaux say, just want to know the Democratic stance on Israel. Are they going to keep the alliance with Israel or are they going to cut them off and stand against them? The other side has kept the relationship with Israel. In fact, they reinforced it. I had a person asked me in the DM, good friend of mine, saying, why are so many evangelicals, against Joe Biden, or they rolling with Trump when most people believe him to be a racism? And it's a rumor. I don't think it's a rumor, but Mike Pence is a hardcore Christian, spirit-filled. It's a rumor that people have seen him speaking in tongues or whatever. So that is the reason why a lot of Christians ride hard for the Trump campaign. And Trump has done, like Boudreaux is saying in his amendment here, Trump has done a lot for Israel. I do believe he believes as Christians when it comes to Israel. Is Trump a Christian? I don't know. I ain't never heard him say confess Christ, but he does a lot of stuff that's in line with the Christianity beliefs. So that is why you see the Christians back Donald Trump so hard. Holla-tics Dinky. Is it the hate for Trump that has many voting for Biden? What they're running from is what they're running to. You know what, Dinky? That's true. In life, I found out that the stuff I ran from the most, I ran right into. I won't get deeper into that because a lot of that's personal, but that is true. The stuff you run from, you wind up running right into, man. Rachel Johnson say Trump is openly racist, and I'm African American. That's a problem. I don't hate Trump, but his hypocritical. He's hypocritical when it comes to his policies and slogans. Trump says he's for law and order, but he has several indictments, including one of rape. Trump wants to condemn white. He won't condemn white supremacists. Stand back and stand by. Again, that was the Proud Boy thing we talked about a few weeks ago. That led to the kidnapping of the governor. I can't say the Proud Boys were behind the kidnapping of the governor. I do believe we in a place where there's a lot of dirty fighting right now, to where I put on a Make America Great hat and then go hang a black man just to blame that on the Trump campaign. Is there any evidence that these people came from the Proud Boys who tried to kidnap the governor? I don't know. Is Trump openly racist? I do not believe Trump is a racist, but I do respect your opinion, Rachel. I don't think Trump is a racist. I think he's prejudiced, and I think his prejudice has nothing to do with color. I think his prejudice is you either have money or you don't. I think that is what Trump is more of a racist about. The haves and the have-nots, man. So appreciate you for weighing in, though. Love the Moxie. She's against all of that. She said, look here, I don't fool with Trump. He's a racist openly, and I'm black. And he almost had the governor, the Proud Boy. He won't denounce him. Again, I don't believe the Proud Boy is a racist organization. But, that is my opinion, as well as Rachel is entitled to her own. Holla-tics Boudreaux is on the rant tonight. I'm going to get to you, Boudreaux. Holla-tics Dan say there's nothing Christian about Trump, what Trump does. It's all Trumpery. Now, Holla-tics Dan, you are in the West Coast. Let me put this down for a minute. I'm going to give my opinion and weigh in, which is what I stress a lot when you vote, you have to be aware of the powers that be. Here in Houston, Texas is a red state. We get money off of oil. Fracking is involved in chemical and petroleum operations. Joe Biden is against fracking. So he cuts fracking, unemployment goes up here in Texas. Why would I vote for him? Not that I wouldn't. I would have to ask myself that. So when we listen to others on who we should back and vote, you have to be aware of where they are positioned in America. You might be fine financially. You say, I don't care about fracking, Raz. I don't want Trump in office. I'm voting Democrat. I get it. But before you can go out and campaign that others do the same, you have to be sensitive to their situation. You know, we live on oil here in Texas. When the oil is flowing, the money is flowing, we got big cigars and big cowboy hats on. So why would we back a blue president? It's a question. I'm not saying we wouldn't. I'm just saying, think about that. Rachel Johnson say, we are the real Israelites, the Africans living in America. I've learned through intense research. I get it. I've heard that so many times. I've not done the research. My pocketbook sure does not feel like I'm blessed of God all the times, even though my youthfulness and my kids and my wife is my real blessing. I'm like, we the real Israelites. Huh? Why God ain't just my thing though, Rachel? Maybe you can help me out in that area. Bourgeois, I'm just about to say the same thing. Trump don't care about nor respect people from the working class to the poor. Trump is about money, man. But here's another reason Trump is sitting in president. He's sitting in the seat right now. And he's in the position where he's ready to cut deals. He's ready to make a deal. So if the guy in the street has a history of hating black folk, but then he stands in the middle of the street and say, hey, Raz, let's make a deal. Do I not take his offer up because of his past? Or do I look him in his eye and say, all right, let me try this out? If we are judged on our past, then who makes it? If we judged on our past, y'all wouldn't even be listening to me right now. Y'all be like, you did that? Oh my God, turn him out. So just something to think about. Just something to think about. Oh man, there's so much on here, y'all. I gotta weigh in myself though. Why? I'm not only the host or orator, I am also a Hollatics, so I have to weigh in and give my own opinion. On the floor tonight, are women voting for Biden/Harris because women liberation and equality? They want to see Harris as VP. If not, what made Biden a better candidate than Sanders or Bloomberg? This is my professional politician weigh-in. I do believe if you rounded up the majority of the female vote, it would lean towards feminism. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but I mean that is we are for Harris, not so much for Biden. I just believe that. What makes Biden a better candidate than Bernie Sanders or Bloomberg? I'm going to hold at that for about 5 seconds. Nothing. So if you're saying I'm voting for Biden versus Harris because Joe Biden has a great vision for America and it has nothing to do with Kamala Harris, we need to talk. I need to hear your evidence behind that. Because again, I feel like either one of those men were better front runners than Joe Biden. Not that I dislike Joe Biden. I will repeat, I am not a Republican. I will repeat, check my bank account. I am not a Republican. I will repeat, I am an independent. But there is no competition that I would pick Joe Biden over Bernie Sanders and Michael Bloomberg. I'm sorry. I don't see that move. And it makes me question the whole Democratic Party right now. So, my professional weigh in. Are women voting for Harris, Biden? Oh, I put them in reverse order. That's right, huh, Red? Are women voting for Biden / Harris because of women liberation and equalities? They want to see Harris as VP? Yes, if you ask me. If not, no need for that. What made Biden a better candidate than Sanders or Bloomberg? Nothing. That is my professional weigh in as a Hollatics. Hollatics, you still have time to weigh in. Tonight on the floor, are women vote for Biden versus Harris because women liberation and equalities? They want to see Harris as VP. If not, what made Biden a better candidate than Sanders and Bloomberg? You still have time to weigh in. Rachel, you are now a Hollatic. You holding no punches tonight. You're letting us have it, and I respect that. I love that, in fact. When we were stripped of our heritage, our heritage and white supremacy has disenfranchised black people. Now, slavery, that's a whole nother subject. I'm gonna keep it moving though. Well, why are you judging Biden and why are you judging Biden and Kamala Harris on their past? I'm not. I'm not. I ain't in jail. I am a Negro who's not in jail, so I have no reason to judge them. I don't live in California. I just don't feel like Biden is intelligent enough to run the country. Shoot me. I just don't think that. That's to Rachel. Appreciate you weighing in though. Holla-tics Bujo say, my last post of the evening may end up being another subject for Holla-tics. I think Sanders would have made a better choice. Dems just wanted to keep things as close as what they had with Obama back in office. That is Holla-tics Reginald Boudreaux. Dems want to keep it back close to what they had it when Obama was in office. Yes, I think Obama was the head of the party. And remember this, the presidents are only the heads of the party. We can attack them individually all we want, judge they past, like Rachel accused me of judging Biden and Harris past, which I'm not. They have suspect records. That's not me judging them. That's just truth. They had records where people felt like they were unfair to black people. That's not me judging them. That's just truth. I do not feel Joe Biden is intelligent enough to run the country. I don't feel like he have a vision for the country. That's why I'm not supporting Joe Biden. If that's judging him, boom, hit my gavel then. I guess I'm a judge. But Holla-tics, y'all still got time to weigh in, man. We are on our way out. Again, on the floor, are women voting for Biden / Harris because of women liberation and equality? They want to see Harris as vice president. If not, what made Biden a better candidate than Sanders and Bloomberg? Keep the conversation going. We're on our way out, man. I am Raz. This is the Hollatics Live Inactive Podcast. We do this every 7:30 to 8:30 weekday nights. Write in your floor subjects. I've been hogging the floor this week. A lot of these subjects been mine because I just been frustrated politically of misinterpretations and misunderstandings and people bringing emotions into politics, man. I've been frustrated behind that. I think we should vote. Your emotions are cool when they line up with your logic and what God tell you to do. Some of you don't believe in God, so I will omit that last phrase. Emotions are good when they line up with your logic. If you're making emotional decisions, I mean, you lose me. And I would advise you never to make an emotional decision when it comes to the livelihood of your family. You have to think logic all the time, man. I'm Raz. I am out. Listen, if you have the opportunity to change someone's life, accompanied by the power, do so. I think that's the will of God. As my man Pickle Juice would say, walk with the king and be a blessing in all things. This is Hollatics Live Interactive Podcast hosted by me, Raz, and we are out for tonight.